The media is a term used to cover a wide variety of platforms and is often blamed for aspects of change and disruption in society. However, when you think about it, the media is much more complicated than this. So how can we offhandedly say that the media is bad for society when it is clearly not that black and white? As an overarching term, the media is very general. One of the most quickly developing and commonly associated branches of this is social media. Evidently, the internet did not invent creativity or communication, but as Gauntlett highlights in Making is Connecting, online services and digital applications certainly help to connect these activities in a way not possible before. The Oxford Dictionary actually defines social media as websites and applications that enable users to create and share content. Surely this rise of creativity and expression is a positive change for society. The common myths and arguments surrounding the detrimental effects of media are broken down by Harrington into three groups: physical dangers, physical effects, and social effects. It was Andy Ruddock in his book Youth and Media who identified how, when discussing media influence, it is tempting to focus on the ways that the media is said to be damaging to our social fabric. However, he goes on to say that although this issue is evidently complicated, through a broader understanding, it can be concluded that it is quite the reverse of these common assumptions, and that the media is incredibly important. Supporting this idea is David Gauntlett, who, when discussing the media effects model, states that the direct effects of media upon behaviour have not been clearly identified, even with 60 years' worth of research, concluding that there are no direct links to be found. Harrington again agrees with this idea, identifying how people are most likely to judge new media on the perspectives of old media. This shift in media types and attitudes is due to the growth of the creative industries as a business sector, as stated by Hartley and Hargreaves in their 2016 book. They go on to explain how this was followed by the emergence of the idea of a creative economy, where creativity is seen as fundamental to success within all business areas. This shift is essentially broken down even further by Harrington in the Week 6 lecture, describing 20th century platforms such as television as sit back and be told media, when compared to 21st century with the growth of web and digital as making and doing media. It is subsequently evident how the rise of social media came out of these changes. Holloman offers a definition of creativity in his book The Social Media MBA, declaring it as making something new by bringing together two or more elements in a new context to provide value. It is apparent then how social media lends itself to be able to facilitate the creative needs of individuals and society. Gauntlett actually expands on this idea, describing how these acts of creativity generally involve some form of social interaction, connecting us with new people. This making and sharing culture that social media enables increases our engagement and connection to our social and physical environments, which is undoubtedly beneficial. Evidently, this idea of creativity has not come out of the social media evolution, but as Hargreaves and Hartley explain, is an extremely effective tool in creative expression. They use the example of how knitting, book clubs, and other community groups are nothing new, but how digital media, and social media in particular, has created new means for the societies and for the people involved. Harrington touches on this topic, describing how this reconstitution of community is a result of social media and the viral culture, in which creating, remixing, collaborating, and sharing are the focus. Harrington actually stated that creativity is central to human happiness, which is supported by Gauntlett, who describes how social media ticks the boxes of what is good for happiness. This includes community and social ties, meaningful work, having a project, and being in control of what you do. The combination of these elements and ideas effectively debunks the myth that everyone knows social media is bad for society, which is effectively summarised by Helen Razer in her 2015 article. She states that television, YouTube, music videos, and other subsections of the media are not depictions of truth, and if believed that they are or should be, the believer is fundamentally deluded about the function of mass and social media.